One day, you're going to look back at this moment and realize that every choice you made between discipline and comfort defined your entire life. The comfort you chased so desperately wasn't freedom, it was a cage. And the discipline you resisted, that was the key. Stress fades, but regret of wasted potential lasts forever. So before you settle for comfort and lose your freedom, hear me out. Because the decision you make after this video could be the one that sets you free or locks you in chains forever. Discipline is the foundation of every success story. It's the invisible muscle that builds your dreams, while comfort is the silent thief that steals your future. When you choose discipline, you're choosing delayed gratification, hard work, and sacrifice, because you understand that true freedom is not about avoiding struggle, it's about mastering it. Discipline gives you control over your mind, your habits, and ultimately your life. Comfort, on the other hand, seduces you with short-term ease and instant pleasure. It whispers lies that you deserve rest, that you're too tired to keep going, that tomorrow will be easier. But comfort is a liar. It disguises itself as peace, but leaves you trapped in stagnation. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you're trading your future freedom for a moment of ease today. And over time, those moments add up to a lifetime of regret and lost potential. True freedom isn't found in avoiding discomfort, it's found in pushing through it. Discipline is the path that leads to freedom because it builds your resilience, your confidence, and your strength. The more disciplined you become, the more choices you have. The less you rely on fleeting comforts, the more you control your destiny. Comfort may feel good now, but it's a prison in disguise. Discipline is the key that unlocks the door. And every time you make the choice to act with discipline, you're building a life where you're free, not just free to do what you want today, but free from fear, doubt, and limitation tomorrow. Discipline is often misunderstood. People think it's about rigid rules, harsh restrictions, or punishing themselves endlessly. But discipline is actually freedom in disguise. It's the power to say no to short-term temptations so you can say yes to long-term goals. It's the ability to create structure in your life, to build habits that support your vision instead of sabotage it. Discipline means showing up every day, even when motivation is low, even when comfort calls your name like a siren. It's choosing the harder right over the easier wrong, because you know that the easier path leads only to chains and regret. When you choose comfort, you're choosing to stay inside a bubble that feels safe but slowly suffocates your potential. Comfort numbs your ambition and dulls your edge. It makes you forget who you are capable of becoming. It convinces you that it's okay to settle, that good enough is truly good enough. But comfort is a slow poison. It feeds laziness, breeds complacency, and kills dreams one quiet moment at a time. You wake up one day wondering why your life doesn't feel like your own. And the answer is always the same, because comfort stole your freedom while you were distracted by ease. Discipline, by contrast, is the warrior's path. It's waking up before dawn to chase your goals. It's sacrificing a night of mindless entertainment for an hour of growth. It's pushing through pain, doubt, and fatigue because you know the prize on the other side is worth it. Every small act of discipline compounds. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're investing in your future freedom. You're building a life where you don't have to depend on luck, talent, or external circumstances. You create your own destiny. Look at any successful person, any legend, any leader. Their stories are filled with discipline. The early mornings, the relentless consistency, the refusal to quit when comfort tempted them to stop. They didn't get there by accident. They earned their freedom with sweat and sacrifice. Freedom is not a gift handed to you. It's a reward for discipline. And the more disciplined you become, the freer you get. Comfort may bring temporary relief, but it's always a trap. It's like living in a golden cage, beautiful from the outside, but suffocating from within. When you choose comfort, you're choosing to trade your potential for ease. But ease is an illusion. True ease comes from mastery, from discipline, from control over yourself and your choices. Discipline gives you the power to create a life that feels easy, not because it's effortless, but because you've built a foundation strong enough to handle any challenge. The path of discipline is not easy, but it's the only path that leads to real freedom. Freedom from worry about money, freedom from the opinions of others, freedom from self-doubt and fear. Discipline is what lets you live life on your own terms, instead of being a slave to fleeting desires and distractions. It's the anchor that keeps you steady in the storm, the engine that drives you forward when comfort tries to pull you backward. If you want to break free from the chains of comfort and claim the freedom discipline offers, start small. Build one habit today that moves you closer to your goals. Say no to one temptation. Push yourself just a little harder. Each choice like this is a brick in the foundation of your freedom. And over time, those bricks become a fortress no comfort can penetrate. Remember, every moment you choose comfort, you lose a piece of your freedom. But every moment you choose discipline, you reclaim it. The battle between comfort and discipline is fought every day, in every decision you make. The winner of that battle shapes your life, your future, and your legacy. So ask yourself, are you choosing freedom or are you choosing comfort? Because discipline will give you the freedom you crave, but comfort will take it away without you even realizing it. Discipline is not just about resisting temptation. It's about building a lifestyle where temptation loses its power over you. It's about designing your days so that success becomes the natural outcome of your actions, rather than a constant battle of willpower. When discipline becomes your default, you stop relying on fleeting motivation or willpower. Instead, you create systems, routines, and habits that guide you toward freedom every single day. This is how true mastery is built, not overnight, but through relentless, consistent effort. Comfort, however, is a cunning adversary. It disguises itself as kindness, as self-care, as you deserve a break. And sometimes those things are true. But when comfort becomes the default choice, it shifts from being a tool to a trap. It tricks you into settling for less, into lowering your standards, into accepting a mediocre life because it's easier. And that ease is the enemy of growth. It quiets the fire inside you, dulls your ambition, and slowly erodes your capacity to push beyond what's familiar. The cost of comfort is paid in dreams deferred and potential wasted. Every day you choose comfort over discipline. You're telling the universe that you're okay with less than you deserve. But inside you, there's a voice that whispers of greatness, that aches for growth, that longs for freedom. That voice is your true self, calling you to fight, to rise, to choose discipline, even when it's hard, even when comfort screams louder. The paradox is simple. The more discomfort you're willing to endure now, the greater your freedom will be later. Discipline requires sacrifice, but those sacrifices pay dividends that comfort never can. Imagine the freedom that comes from financial security earned through hard work, the freedom that comes from physical health built through consistent training, the freedom that comes from mental strength forged through daily challenges. Those freedoms are real, lasting, and they belong to the disciplined, not the comfortable. Remember, comfort is a temporary illusion. It feels good in the moment but leaves a hollow ache behind. Discipline feels hard in the moment but builds a foundation that supports a life of true fulfillment and freedom. When you choose discipline, you're investing in a future where you don't have to rely on luck or excuses or easy roads. You create your own path, one that leads to lasting freedom and unstoppable success. So start today. Embrace the discomfort of discipline. Build habits that align with your highest goals. Say no to the fleeting pleasures that steal your future. Every small act of discipline compounds, and over time, those compounds become a legacy of freedom. The choice is yours. Comfort's chains or discipline's wings. Which will you choose? Discipline is a daily choice, often invisible to the outside world, but monumental in its impact. It's the quiet voice in the early morning hours that says, get up and do the work, even when your body screams for rest. It's the refusal to scroll mindlessly through distractions when you know that every minute wasted is a minute stolen from your dreams. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's often boring, repetitive, and uncomfortable. But it's that very discomfort that breeds growth, resilience, and eventually freedom. Comfort, by contrast, offers a fleeting escape, a momentary sigh of relief. It asks for no effort, demands no sacrifice, and requires no courage. It's easy to fall into its arms because it masks itself as peace. But real peace is not the absence of struggle. It's the mastery over it. True peace comes when you know you have done everything you can to pursue your purpose, regardless of the obstacles. Comfort keeps you distracted, numbs your ambition, and quietly chains you to a life far below your potential. When you cultivate discipline, you build an unshakable foundation that holds you steady through life's storms. It's discipline that allows you to say no to instant gratification and yes to delayed rewards. Discipline means investing in yourself when no one is watching, doing the hard work when it's inconvenient, and pushing forward even when results aren't immediate. The freedom you seek, the financial independence, the physical vitality, the mental clarity are the natural outcomes of this relentless commitment. Each act of discipline compounds, just like money in a savings account. The first few deposits might feel small and insignificant, but over time they build wealth. The same is true for discipline. Every choice to stay focused, every refusal to give in to comfort adds up. Eventually, you reach a tipping point where discipline becomes effortless and freedom becomes your reality. But the path isn't easy, and it never will be. Comfort will always try to pull you back. It will whisper doubts, tempt you with shortcuts, and promise relief if only you pause a little longer. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't is the willingness to fight through that resistance every single day, to stand firm when comfort beckons, and to keep moving forward despite the discomfort. The rewards of discipline are worth the struggle. Imagine waking up every day knowing that your choices are aligned with your deepest goals. Imagine the pride that comes from self-mastery, the confidence born from consistency, and the unshakable freedom that only discipline can create. This freedom isn't about laziness or ease. It's about control. Control over your time, your energy, your decisions. Control over your life. So choose discipline today. Choose to push past the urge for comfort. Choose to invest in yourself and your future, even when it's hard. Because every time you do, you are reclaiming your freedom, building your legacy, and proving that you are stronger than your excuses. The battle between discipline and comfort is fought in the smallest moments. The decisions you make when no one is watching, the choices that seem insignificant but shape your entire destiny. It's choosing to work on your goals while others binge-watch mindless shows. It's saying no to unhealthy habits when your body craves immediate pleasure. It's waking up early to grind while the world still sleeps. These are the invisible battles that determine whether you live a life of freedom or a life enslaved by fleeting comforts. Discipline isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment. It gives you the power to decide how you spend your time, energy, and resources. When you build discipline, you create a lifestyle where success is no longer a matter of chance, but a matter of habit. You stop reacting to life's challenges and start designing your own destiny. You learn to embrace discomfort as a sign of growth, not a signal to retreat. Comfort, however, is a master illusionist. It convinces you that you're safe, that you're content, and that you deserve a break. But this illusion is dangerous because it lulls you into complacency. It convinces you to settle for less, to dream smaller, and to live beneath your potential. The more you choose comfort, the more you shrink your vision and dull your ambition. You become trapped in a cycle of ease and regret, always wondering what might have been, if only you had pushed harder. The freedom discipline offers is the antidote to this cycle. It liberates you from the chains of procrastination, doubt, and fear. It frees you to pursue your passions relentlessly, to overcome obstacles with resilience, and to create a life that feels truly yours. Discipline gives you the confidence to face uncertainty head-on, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory over the comfort that wants to hold you back. Remember, no one achieves greatness by staying in their comfort zone. Every success story is a story of discipline, of showing up when it's hard, of pushing through pain, and of sacrificing short-term pleasures for long-term gains. Discipline transforms ordinary people into legends because it creates a foundation so strong that nothing can break it. So ask yourself, what are you choosing today? Are you choosing the easy path of comfort, which leads to regret and limitation? Or are you choosing the challenging path of discipline, which leads to freedom and fulfillment? The answer will shape not just your day, but your entire life. Discipline is a commitment you make to yourself every single day. It's a promise that no matter how tired you feel, no matter how tempting the easy way is, you will choose the path that leads to growth. This commitment isn't just about achieving goals. It's about becoming the kind of person who commands respect, who holds their own power, and who lives life on their own terms. When discipline becomes your identity, you don't just chase freedom, you embody it. Comfort, by contrast, is seductive but fleeting. It offers a momentary escape, but that escape comes with chains. Each time you choose comfort over discipline, you build invisible walls around your potential. You dim your light, shrink your dreams, and let fear win. Comfort whispers lies. You deserve this. You've earned a break. Tomorrow is another day. But tomorrow becomes next week, next month, next year, and suddenly you find yourself trapped in a life that feels less like your own and more like a shadow of what could have been. The truth is, freedom is not about having it easy. It's about mastering yourself, your thoughts, your actions, your habits, so that you can rise above the distractions and temptations that threaten to hold you back. Discipline is the compass that guides you through the storms of life, the fuel that powers your journey, and the shield that protects your dreams from being stolen by comfort. When you commit to discipline, you take control of your story. You refuse to be a victim of circumstance or a prisoner of your own excuses. You decide that your future is worth the discomfort of hard work today, and that decision changes everything. Because once you step onto the path of discipline, you build momentum that carries you through every challenge, every setback, and every doubt. So ask yourself this: are you ready to break free from the chains of comfort? Are you ready to embrace the struggle of discipline and claim the freedom that comes with it? The choice is yours, and it starts with one decision, one action, one moment of courage. Because remember, comfort may feel good now, but discipline will give you the freedom you crave forever. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the silent architect of dreams made real. Without discipline, talent is wasted, ideas remain just thoughts, and potential fades into regret. But with discipline, even the smallest steps add up to giant leaps forward. It turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results and transforms fleeting motivation into lifelong success. Every morning you choose discipline. You're telling the universe that you are serious about your life. Comfort tries to convince you that you can rest forever without consequence. But life doesn't work that way. The longer you surrender to comfort, the more you lose your edge, your drive, and your purpose. Comfort dulls your senses, weakens your resolve, and erodes your willpower. It's the enemy of progress hiding behind the mask of peace. The freedom you seek isn't in avoiding discomfort, it's in embracing discipline, mastering it, and letting it propel you forward. Imagine the satisfaction of looking back years from now, knowing you didn't waste your time chasing temporary pleasures. Imagine the pride that fills your chest when you realize that every sacrifice, every moment of discomfort, was an investment in a future where you are truly free. That's the power of discipline, the power to turn hardship into triumph, to convert struggle into strength, and to transform dreams into reality. The choice isn't easy. Discipline demands patience when you want instant results. It requires courage when fear wants to keep you safe. It calls for persistence when the world tries to distract you. But those who answer its call are rewarded with something priceless: freedom. Freedom from financial stress. Freedom from toxic habits. Freedom from the doubt and fear that hold most people captive. Remember this: comfort will never give you freedom. It can only take it away, one easy choice at a time. But discipline will set you free. It will empower you to create the life you've always wanted on your terms, with your rules. The path may be hard, but the destination is worth every step. So stand up, choose discipline over comfort today. Build the habits that lead to freedom. Fight through the resistance, because the life you want is waiting on the other side of discipline. Discipline is not just a habit, it's a way of life that defines your character and shapes your destiny. It's the force that turns dreams into plans and plans into achievements. When you cultivate discipline, you build an inner fortress that no distraction or temptation can breach. This fortress protects your time, your energy, and your focus, allowing you to channel your efforts into what truly matters. Discipline means setting boundaries, creating routines, and honoring your commitments to yourself, even when it feels difficult. On the other hand, comfort is a subtle thief. It doesn't storm in with alarms blaring, it slips in quietly, promising relief, but delivering chains. It convinces you to settle for less, to postpone your greatness, and to accept a life that falls short of your potential. Comfort might soothe your fears temporarily, but it slowly erodes your motivation and dulls your spirit. The longer you linger in comfort, the further you drift from your goals and the person you were meant to become. The great paradox of life is that true freedom can only be found through discipline. It's the disciplined person who wakes up early, works hard, and pushes past pain to build the life they desire. It's the disciplined mind that stays focused amidst chaos, resists temptation, and makes progress when others give up. This kind of freedom is not handed to you, it's earned through sacrifice, consistency, and unyielding commitment. Think about the people you admire most, the leaders, the creators, the athletes, the entrepreneurs. What sets them apart is their discipline. They choose discomfort daily because they understand that comfort is a temporary escape with permanent consequences. They know that freedom requires effort, and effort requires discipline. This is the secret to their success, and it can be your secret too. Start today by identifying one area in your life where comfort has taken hold. Maybe it's procrastination, unhealthy habits, or avoiding tough decisions. Commit to replacing that comfort with discipline, one choice at a time. It won't be easy, and there will be moments when comfort calls you back, louder and more tempting than ever. But remember, every time you choose discipline over comfort, you reclaim a piece of your freedom and move closer to the life you want. The journey won't always be smooth, but it will be worth it. Because discipline is the key that unlocks the door to a life filled with purpose, power, and true freedom. Don't let comfort steal your future. Choose discipline today and watch your life transform in ways you never thought possible. Discipline is the quiet force that whispers to you when the world screams distractions. It's the steady hand that guides you through chaos, the anchor in a storm of temptations. When discipline becomes your default, you no longer rely on fleeting bursts of motivation or external validation. Instead, you create your own momentum, fueled by consistent, intentional actions aligned with your highest goals. This momentum builds resilience, making the hard days easier and the challenges less daunting. Comfort, by contrast, is fleeting and fragile. It offers temporary relief, but lacks the power to sustain you through life's inevitable hardships. It seduces you with short-term pleasure, masking the long-term consequences of stagnation and missed opportunities. The ease of comfort is a siren song that lures many away from their true potential, trapping them in cycles of delay and regret. But the disciplined mind sees beyond the immediate. It understands that every sacrifice today plants the seeds for a harvest of freedom tomorrow. Discipline transforms pain into power, struggle into strength, and sacrifice into success. It's the difference between surviving and thriving, between dreaming and doing, between existing and truly living. Imagine the freedom that comes from mastering yourself, your thoughts, your habits, your choices. When you live with discipline, you wake up every day knowing that you are in control. You are not a passenger on the ride of life, but the driver steering toward your vision. The freedom discipline provides is not just external, financial independence, health, and time. It's internal freedom from fear, doubt, and self-sabotage. Every step you take in discipline is a step away from the prison of comfort and closer to the life you desire. It might start with waking up an hour earlier, resisting unhealthy cravings, or setting clear goals and holding yourself accountable. These small victories build over time, creating an unstoppable force that propels you forward no matter what challenges arise. Remember, comfort never leads to growth, but discipline always does. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the freedom it brings lasts a lifetime. So choose discipline today. Embrace the struggle, honor your commitments, and watch as your life transforms from a series of excuses into a legacy of freedom and success. Discipline is a lifelong journey, not a one-time decision. It's the commitment to keep moving forward even when the initial excitement fades and the road becomes tough. It means showing up every day regardless of how you feel and doing the work that others shy away from. This steady commitment is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who merely wish for them. Discipline is the invisible force behind every success story, silent, relentless, and unstoppable. Comfort, while tempting, is a deceptive illusion. It promises peace but delivers stagnation. It tells you that it's okay to put off your goals, to rest just a little longer, to avoid discomfort. But these small moments of indulgence add up, creating a life filled with what-ifs and if-onlys. Comfort chains you to a cycle of temporary satisfaction that never leads to lasting happiness or freedom. The beauty of discipline is that it grants you control over your future. It empowers you to build habits that align with your values and vision. With discipline, you create a life where you don't have to rely on luck or motivation because your daily actions set you on a path to success. Discipline means you wake up with purpose, you act with intention, and you push through resistance. Imagine waking up every morning with the confidence that you're building the life you want. that your actions today are investments in your freedom tomorrow. That confidence comes from discipline, the knowledge that you are doing what needs to be done even when it's hard. This kind of freedom can't be bought or borrowed. It's earned through consistent effort and unwavering commitment. So when comfort whispers in your ear, remind yourself that true freedom is on the other side of discipline. The struggle you face today is the strength you'll carry tomorrow. The sacrifices you make now are the keys to a life filled with opportunity, independence, and joy. Discipline is the daily practice of prioritizing what truly matters over what feels easy in the moment. It's the commitment to long-term vision over short-term pleasure. When you embrace discipline, you start to see every choice as an opportunity to build the future you desire. It's not about perfection or never failing. It's about consistency, persistence, and the refusal to let temporary discomfort dictate your destiny. Discipline trains your mind and body to endure, to persist, and to thrive, no matter the challenges you face. Comfort, by contrast, is a trap disguised as a reward. It asks you to settle for less than your potential, to delay your dreams indefinitely, and to hide from discomfort under the guise of rest. But real rest comes after progress, not instead of it. The more you indulge comfort, the more you weaken your resolve, and the harder it becomes to break free from the cycle of procrastination and regret. The power of discipline lies in its ability to transform habits and mindset. It reshapes how you view challenges, not as obstacles, but as stepping stones. It teaches you that discomfort is temporary, but the rewards of perseverance are lasting. Discipline allows you to take control of your environment, your thoughts, and your actions, leading to a life that reflects your highest aspirations rather than your lowest impulses. Imagine the freedom that comes from living intentionally, waking up each day with clarity, purpose, and direction. Imagine the confidence born from knowing that your habits are aligned with your goals and that no matter what happens, you have the strength to keep moving forward. This freedom isn't given, it's earned through discipline, choice by choice, day by day. So when the temptation to seek comfort arises, remind yourself that every moment spent in comfort is a moment lost from your potential. Instead, choose discipline. Choose to push through the resistance. Choose to invest in your future freedom and happiness, because in the end, discipline is not a limitation, it's liberation. One day you'll look back at this moment and realize that the choice between discipline and comfort was the defining moment of your life. The comfort you chased may have felt good temporarily, but it would have stolen your freedom and your future. Discipline, though challenging, gave you the power to create the life you truly desired, a life of purpose, strength, and freedom. Remember, discipline is not punishment, it's the path to liberation. It's the choice to take control of your destiny, rather than be controlled by fleeting desires. The struggle you face today is the investment that pays off in freedom tomorrow. So before you give in to the temptation of comfort, pause and ask yourself, am I choosing temporary ease or lasting freedom? The answer will shape the rest of your life. Choose discipline, choose freedom, choose your future. This is your moment. Make it count.